Welcome to CEC Lectures. Myself, Dr. Preeti Chagwani. I am an Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Aryabat College, University of Delhi. In the onset of this lecture, let me wish all women here a very happy International Women's Day 2024. And with this wish, please allow me to have a talk today on International Women's Day. So basically, what we are going to discuss here today is about the journey of resilience, growth, and breaking stereotypes, by the women, and that is especially I am talking about Indian women here, and that the journey which I am talking about, that is of resilience, growth, and breaking stereotypes. We will be taking it, from the pre-independence era to this, Amrit Kal, which we are calling, today we are going to have, soon we are going to have, 100 years, after some 100 years of our independence after some years. So we actually want to trace this whole journey of women from that pre-independence to, how we are, how we want to shape it, how we want to make it big till 2047. So before going into this journey and looking into all the all these stones, all the timelines into it, let us first try to understand, do we really need to celebrate Women's Day, or why are we celebrating Women's Day? So basically it is, we can say, it's a sign of appreciation, respect, love and care towards women in our lives and in our society. So basically this day clutches a great significance, and it is becoming a custom year after year. So why we actually want to respect, love, show our appreciation, respect, love and care towards women? Because society is better when women are given equal respect and not taken for granted. So basically what women nowadays are actually, indeed making the world turning heads towards them. It is, I can say, it's the most powerful and beautiful creation of the God, and behind everyone's existence there is a woman. And celebration of Women's Day is actually, kind of a custom or a trend here, but in our Indian society, if you can see, we have this, this beautiful shloka from Manu Smriti, which says, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devta. So that actually means that where women are honored, divinity blossoms there, and wherever women are dishonored, all action, no matter how noble it may be, remains unfruitful. So with this quotation or with this shloka of Manu Smriti, we are aware that, it is the world is all about, respecting women and respecting their actions. In 2024, Indian women are driving progress in every era, be it science, sports, arts, activism. With this, they are redefining gender roles and inspiring the next generations as well. These achievements in diverse fields actually contribute to reshape the societal norms. It is helping in advocating for gender equality and empowering women to reach their full potential. International Women's Day 2024 underscores the continuing journey towards gender parity, recognizing the pivotal role of Indian women in shaping a more inclusive and equitable world. So when I am talking about continuing journey, let me, take all of you towards this journey through time. Let me trace the evolution of women's roles and rights in India from pre-independence to this, present era. So when I'm talking about the term pre-independence, the first thing which, came up in our mind is the, freedom struggle of for our independence. And if you remember our history books, here is also a very important historical context of Indian women, in the pre-independence era. So in the pre-independence era, women were actually, kind of being treated as caregivers and homemakers, and also they were having limited rights in patriarchal structures. And the biggest example of this limited rights in patriarchal structure is Rani Lakshmi Bai, who was the freedom fighter. known as Queen of Jhansi. She fought bravely against British colonies, becoming a symbol of resistance and female empowerment in India. Now, why I am saying that this is, a kind of she is actually a sign of limited rights in patriarchal structure, because with the advent of, or with the I can say with the coming of that British movement, with the coming of British government here, when they when they started capturing the territories of India, and then that time they have denied to kind of give the Jhansi to their own, to its own Queen of Jhansi, and from there she was the first freedom fighter, women freedom fighter, I can say, who started that 1857 first movement of freedom against Britishers. So that actually that movement, that first freedom movement being kind of started or being led by a women itself is a sign of women empowerment, and this is what I am talking about, the pre-independence area, pre-independence era. Then there we have Savitribai Phule, education advocate, and because she was well aware that access to the education is going to be a key driver in empowering women. Since independence, there has been a notable increase in the female literacy rates. What the female literacy rates were there that time, and what we have today is actually the gap, or the kind of rise, I can say, is actually remarkable, including enrollment in higher education, including enrollment in science, technology, engineering and medicine, STEM branches, we can say. And this is actually this is in turn leading to a greater economic independence and decision making power. So it is not like that Savitribai Phule advocated the education for Indian women, and the kind of the path was actually kind of an cakewalk. No, many challenges were faced by Indian women even post independent also. There were many socio-economic hurdles, as I have told you. They have limited access to education opportunities, and when they started working as workforce, they were given unequal pay. Then underrepresentation in leadership roles was there earlier. This was the situation earlier, but now the scene is actually changing. How? That I am going to tell you in a minute. Then apart from that, the major kind of, I can say, setback was discrimination in property rights. Property rights, women are not given equal property rights as that of the men, and these two, these many factors were kind of forcing gender inequalities. Now after independence, day by day there was a rise in the inclusion of women in the workforce, and it was kind of a steady rise, which is also kind of, we can say, it is going to be equal nowadays, with more women taking on diverse roles across the industries. And this shift has actually contributed to the economic growth, and also kind of, I can say, challenged or also question marked the traditional gender norms. So when we say education was used as a tool for empowerment, it empowers women to pursue their dreams, it opens the doors to better opportunities, and with a huge workforce of women participating in the diverse areas, gender bias was, yes, there, but we can say yes, they were facing gender bias. They were facing the challenges, including the balancing work and family, because you all are aware that women has to take care of the family also. So gender bias was there at the workplace. Then there are challenges in maintaining the balance, balance between work and family. But with all this scenario, on not only the workforce diverse fields, but also the political representation of women in India has seen the significant progress. More women are taking on leadership role nowadays. Again, it is advocating for gender equality and influencing policy decisions that impact women's rights and opportunities. So if a woman is there who is kind of taking a role of a political leader, obviously the policy decisions that are going to impact women's rights and opportunities will be taken up with kind of lot more sensitivity and lot more urgency, we can say. So if we want to kind of breach into, or if we want to look into role of Indian women in politics, the participation trend over the year was actually I can say indicating towards increasing political engagement day by day and representation of growth in legislative bodies. Here we should not forget some influential figures, out of which let me remember Mrs. Indra Gandhi, who was the first female prime minister. Then we have Sarojini Naidu, who was prominent freedom fighter, and also let me recall Mrs. Pratibha Patil, who was the first Indian women president. Now the kind of we can say the milestone here, or an important activity or an important act here, was the Women's Reservation Act 2023. According to this Women's Reservation Act 2023, the Constitution by its 106th amendment in 2023 reserves 1/3 of all seats for women in Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies and their legislative assembly of the NCT of Delhi, including those reserved for SC and STs. So now it is the scenario that 33%, or I can say 1/3 of the seats for for the leadership positions are actually reserved for women. So when I am saying 33% are now reserved, so what is the current data? So currently it is about around 15% of the total members of our 17th Lok Sabha, which is presently on, I can say, started from 2019 and will be ending soon in 2024 with our elections. So currently 15% of the total Lok Sabha total members of 17th Lok Sabha are women, while if I am going to say state legislative assemblies, this percentage is even lesser. So the state legislative assemblies women on average constitute only 9% of the total members. So you can understand the importance and the kind of I can say urgency of this Women Reservation Acts. So with half of the workforce as or we have with two genders in existence, only a domination of one particular gender in our legislative assemblies or in our I can say governing positions, only 15% in Lok Sabha, and the figure is even grim in state legislative assemblies, which is on an average 9% of the total members are women. So yes, this Women's Reservation Act is actually a kind of remarkable achievement when we are talking about the representation of women in politics in India specifically. Now, after politics, if we see the law fields, so legal reforms actually have played a pivotal role in advancing women rights. So we have laws from laws against gender based discriminations, and many laws including non-disclosure of the sex inside the womb is there. So on many gender based discrimination to many reforms in property rights, nowadays women are taking I can say women are taking their share, and these changes have actually strengthened the legal framework, and this is leading towards the gender equality and protection of women's rights. So we have many key legislative changes like enhanced gender equity laws. We have enhanced protection for women's rights. We have, what is the current, what are the current legal protections and gaps are there. We have existing laws on gender discrimination. We have, but apart from that, with all these social reforms or all these legal reforms going on, there are still, areas which need stronger, legal safeguards. So we have discussed the role of women in, kind of as the part of as the part of members of the leading workforce. We have seen their kind of role in politics also. So it is there is no field which is kind of, I can say, left untouched, where women are not participating, and they are not only participating in kind of traditional professions, they are actually breaking stereotypes by entering into non-traditional professions. Now, non-traditional professions, when I am talking about, we have various case studies of successes which highlight the successful Indian women in diverse fields, and celebrating these achievements on a day like today, which is International Women's Day. This is beyond the we can say traditional expectations, but empowering women is actually through the empowerment of women, women are able to break the societal barriers and promoting the equality through their non-traditional roles. So when I am saying breaking stereotypes, let me take up some case studies briefly here. Everyone here must have heard the name Kalpana Chawla, the first Indian born women in space. The earlier, before this, the space was such an area which was actually, it is today even, it is dominated by men, but no women, no Indian women entered in space before her. So by breaking boundaries in the field of science and opening doors for future generation of women, Kalpana Chawla has entered the space, and soon we are going to celebrate her birthday on 17th March. Then we have a very famous name when I am talking about breaking stereotypes, and the name is Kiran Mazumdar Shaw. She is the founder of Biocon. Biocon is a leading biotechnology company, and with this founder of Biocon, she has showcased women's leadership and success in the business world. Also, let me recall here the name of Indra Nooyi, who is director PepsiCo and has got UN recognition for her services in the business field. Uh, Now, sports, and then if we can say specifically boxing, is actually or was actually an area which was kind of we can say restricted to women, or women actually don't enter there. But Mary Kom, is the name which you must have heard. Some years before, she overcame all the societal barriers to become a boxing champion, and many medals also she has won. She has actually an kind of, I can say, inspiring or a guiding light for all the girls to pursue sports and challenge gender norms. Uh, in this series of breaking stereotypes, let's not forget Kiran Bedi, who was India's first female police officer. She is having a very strong, kind of, we can say, take on the gender equality and empowerment, and she has also, kind of representation of women in law enforcement is also there. All these, kind of examples which we have taken, like Mary Kom, then Indra Nooyi, Kiran Majumdar Shaw and Kiran Bedi, these are the examples who are challenging stereotypes and the barriers of the system. We have also seen, just a few minutes before we were talking about the political scenario and the participation of Indian women in political female scenario, and we have also remembered our first female Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indra Gandhi. She was well known for her political leadership and advocacy for social change. Then not only these the fields which are, we can say, physical fields, but also the soft fields, for example art and kind of writing, we can say. Let us name Arundhati Roy, who is an acclaimed author and activist, and using her platform of kind of writing, we can say, she has addressed societal issues, promote environmental conservation and advocated for social justice. And let me mention here, she is the first female winner in India for the Booker Prize, and the list goes on. So if we kind of want to quickly see into what all names we can we should remember when we talk about first female in India. So I'll be just quickly taking some names. First female doctor in India was Anandi Gopal Joshi. It was in 1887. So please just we can say it was not only in 2024 or after kind of independence. Even in the pre-independence era, women were kind of uh, have started breaking stereotypes. Then first female teacher in India, we have already talked about Savitribai Phule in 1848. First Indian women IPS officer Kiran B in 1972, we have spoken about. In an untraditional field, again breaking in a stereotype, first woman auto rickshaw driver Shaila Davre in 1988, and first female pilot in India was Sarla Thakral 1936. Then we have not only the first female pilot, but the first female Rafale pilot in India was Flight Lieutenant Shivangi Singh in 2017. We have this list going on. We have first female astronaut as Kalpana Chawla, first female army officer as Captain Lakshmi Sehgal, and so on and so forth. We have first female lawyers, and the list goes on. So this list actually tells us about that women are actually breaking all these stereotypes, and there is no such industry, no such kind of area where women have not entered, and not only entered, but they have changed the whole narratives, and they have shown that they can lead, they can guide. So when we talk about that women are entering every in every area, are they facing any challenges? So yes, challenges, so many challenges are there. But there are many women empowerment initiatives in India going through many governmental efforts and NGO efforts. Many schemes for education and employment are there. Nowadays government is supporting for skill development programs, especially to women, and through which we can say they can empower the generations, they can shape tomorrow by driving the innovation across all the sectors, including social entrepreneurship, technology, healthcare, every I can say field. And through the empowerment of women, we can drive empowerment for all. So let us celebrate the achievements of our everyday heroines and work together towards a world where every woman is empowered to reach her full potential. That is all from my side on this occasion of International Women's Day. Hope you have enjoyed the talk. Thank you.